Hello fellow Blenders, this is Peter here with PM Designs. In this video I'm going to show you how you can make footprints in mud, snow, any surface, whatever you want. So let's just get straight on with this. I'm assuming you have a floor plane of some kind and a character walking, which I have here, and what we want to do is make sure that he makes some footprints. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that his feet are actually intersecting with the floor, otherwise this won't work, or it would just look very, you could make it work, but it would look very strange. So that's the first thing. Now, what we need to do is add a dynamic paint canvas to the floor and a dynamic paint brush to the character. So whatever order you want to do that, I'm going to do it this way. Physics properties, dynamic paint, type, brush, and add brush. Select my floor plane, dynamic paint, add, type is canvas, add canvas. So I've already subdivided this floor a lot. Yeah, this won't work if you don't subdivide your floor. You have to have lots of geometry to work with. And maybe even after physically subdividing it, you may need to add a subdivision surface modifier. But let's just have a look how this works as is. So I've got my dynamic paint canvas applied to the floor. I just need to come down here to where it says surface type and change that to displace. Okay, so now if I press play, you'll see we start to get some footprints coming in. Okay. So I want those footprints to be a little bit deeper, but I want them to match his feet. So I'm going to bring the floor up slightly. Let's go up to here. And then just go back to the beginning again and press play. See, so now we get a much deeper footprint. So it's all about how far he actually goes down into the mesh. And so he's coming through because there's not enough geometry. To solve that, I would have to add a subdivision surface modifier or physically add more geometry. So let's just add a subdivision to that, bring it up to 2, put it above the dynamic paint because I want the computer to, I want Blender to calculate the subdivision before applying the dynamic paint. So now you see it's getting much tighter. Okay, so now we're getting much more detail in our footprints, and if I increase the subdivisions even more, my laptop's going to be really slow, but it will look even better. So I have to, because the subdivision is before the dynamic paint, I have to run it again. So I'm just going to bake my dynamic paint here because it will be a bit better. So as you can see there, I've got some pretty detailed footprints, not completely detailed, but getting there. So all you have to do is when you render it out, or before you bake, put the render right up to 6, bake that. It's going to take a long time, but put that right up and then render it out and you'll get some really detailed footprints. If you don't need super detailed, then you can go from there. You don't need this much geometry, or you don't need to have the subdivision surface modifier. If you found that useful, please drop a like. If you didn't like it, please let me know why. Thanks very much.